Hello, good day. In my previous video, I shared that both Hang Seng and Nasdaq are in an important price action decision range. Without knowing the next price action projection, it's best to get back into short-term instant noodle trading style. Today is important for me to share on both Nasdaq and Hang Seng chart, where we have to extend and pen their price action status from now until second or third week of September. I will also share some of my views on semiconductor stock using the SOXL 3-time bull. Because analyzing the market take a lot of time, therefore do subscribe and like so that you can get my latest update on market analytics and content as another voice. So let's go. A recap. Previously, I mentioned about weakening of Tesla stock and QQQ, indicating a longer consolidation phase, and also on Hang Seng have breached their support as well. Without the China government open statement on how to implement the stimulus and the degree of the stimulus, China's base stock continue under selling pressure. So in short, QQQ is not able to hold above the support and also watch the Tesla's price action projection, which have been weakening, that was shown in my previous video. And in Alibaba itself, it have to be above the second box range area, but it does not. It have breached and go below the second box on last Wednesday, and as of today, it's closed below the back into the first box area. So I have went into Singapore diversified rate because the reason is as QQQ and Hang Seng is deciding its next price action, it's best to focus my attention to other area and start to analyze. Secondly, in May itself, I worked on a US debt ceiling topic, and I mentioned that for this year, basically US at this range, its range is already very high up, and therefore I do believe that there is certain correction, and now today we are looking into correction. I'll put in the link of the video that I done on US debt ceiling in May. So do have, if you have time, do take your time to have a go through on that. So next, I think on next week and the next 2 weeks, there's a lot of important to understand what is the China government going to deliver in terms of their fiscal stimulus, with Fed going to go into a talk next week. These two news will have a big impact on how the price action will be. Next, let's go into QQQ. If you look into QQQ have started to do their pullback. And we have to watch out for this price action, whether it will breach the pullback. If it does, I think we have to see what is the next price action QQQ will take. In short, I'm quite a higher probability that, like the previous year, it have touched the support line and there will be a pullback. So together with the pullback itself, whether it will breach through the first line of support, that is also a question. So in such an incident, unless you are going to hold for very long term on the stock that with a good fundamental, then I think it's best to wait for its next price action. So in terms of Hang Seng have breached its support here. As you can see that it have closed lower, right? Closed lower below the box range. So the China regulator have proposed that like cutting trading costs, support share buyback by company, and encourage long-term investment to support the market. Unfortunately, I think this may not be the strong support that the market investor and trader are looking at. So for that, as long as we do not hear more information of what are the stimulus, then China-based stock will be under selling pressure. My thinking process is for China-based stock, especially those in also listed in Hang Seng, we're going to see higher fluctuation be prepared for higher fluctuation. And basically, as we go into the year end, there should be a much more better pool unless we do not, unless the China government in terms of the stimulus is still quite mum about it. As an investor and trader, if let's say we do not know what is the next direction is going to take, then of course the answer is more of a fluctuation, more of a downside trend. Okay, do stay tuned as we eyeball what is the price action in China and also in Hang Seng as well. So for Alibaba have outthrust out from the first box range. Unfortunately, it breached the support on last week. On Wednesday, it was below 90, and as of close of last Friday, it was at $88. So basically, it had moved back into this range. You will need to consolidate in this range for a period of time before we can know what is the next price action. Unless in the next 2 to 3 weeks, Alibaba as a company wise have a very good news that all of us don't know. For instance, it could be some splitting of their company to IPO in other market, which will bring them a lot of cash on hand. These are news that will be only known by the company's senior management, and before it break into the market, these are things that we don't know. Then if there's a news on that and it go back into the current box, then we have to observe what is the price action again. So for that, I would think that we will need for it to consolidate for the next 4 to 6 week time, probably about third or end of September time range. So instead of doing a longer term duration with such uncertainty in the market, I'm doing back into the weekly weekly option, but this time round I'm selling more on call. So for C, I have collected about $98. NEO, I collected about 428. For net, I do a short-term put in terms of collecting a crop fair. But looking at the price action of Nasdaq, I have closed it, collected about $22, and Alibaba collected about 727. That is for 2 sell covered call on Baba. Total receive is about 1,285. JD have reported earning, quite okay earning. However, due to macroeconomy trend on Nasdaq and Hang Seng and A50 continue to go downwards, therefore I have to roll it to a lower price to avoid a sign. Semiconductor stock 3-time bull. You can see that there's a higher probability it will go back into this range. They have breached the support, right? So having semicon breach the support immediately for those semiconductor stock, do be careful. Yeah, it probably will have to take a longer time before you can think about a strong upthrust. As you can see from the top breaking of the range, it was not able to break through once, twice, and then it break downwards. In summary, for Nasdaq, I think they will be facing more selling pressure for Tesla and Apple. I'm looking into a good position to go back in. For Hang Seng itself, I think further price action will need to be monitored. There isn't a lot of clear news on what the stimulus is and what the China government is doing on the unemployment. So therefore, on China-based stock, I will continue to sell my call option, cover call option. In short, for August time frame is pretty similar to the average monthly gain. So the last sudden pull up in August was basically to buffer, I think to buffer, if there's any downtrend. And in fact, August for SPY now, their current pricing is much lower than the first day of August close. As we go into September, I believe that there will be more fluctuation to come. So please do subscribe so that I can share with you my trade preparation. Stay tuned for my next strategy, which I have on Grab. Where Grab itself, I have a covered call for about USD $400 as well. Take care and trade with care as well. Thank you. Bye bye.